Welcome to Vibrational Revelations. I'm Elena.
I am Alejandro.
And thank you so much for being a part of the YouTube Vibrational Revelations community. We wanted to share with you a really brief episode on, of course, a very important topic that is happening in France at the moment. The France election 2022. There's two major players, and we wanted to reveal their frequencies to you.
The French election.
Yes, election. All right. First, let's start with the French or the France's human collective. The human collective of for this year, 2022, is the frequency of 125. 125 is the frequency of unfulfilled desire. And the reason we wanted to reveal this, because it also will show you the state of mind for French people overall from a collective perspective. Now, let's start with Emmanuel Macron. 2 years ago, we revealed his vibrational frequency in the Vibrational Revelations membership community. And by the way, if you're interested to understand more about all these different aspects that we're going to reveal to you, please make sure that you watch the video link that is posted below, and it goes into the breakdown of the vibrational analysis, so the deeper insights into what each aspect means. But absolutely, Emmanuel Macron's numbers have shifted since 2 years ago. So we'll go into the frequencies of where he stands today. He incarnated at the frequency of 650. So this is very unusual incarnation frequency, especially for someone who is a politician, which is a frequency of peace. So he came or incarnated at the frequency of peace. He was born at the frequency of 450, which is reason, intellect. And his overall frequency as of today is 250, which is neutrality. So he's pretty comfortable staying there at the moment. Health, he views through the lens of 250, neutrality. Finances, he views through the lens of reason, 400. Creativity, I always say creativity is all about what inspires a person. And when they feel inspired, how do they take action? For Macron at the moment, his creativity is through the lens of fear, 100. Relationships, he views through the lens of 125. Again, unfulfilled desire. There's an addiction aspect to that. Personal growth, he views through the lens of 400, reason. Philanthropy, the art of sharing and giving. For him, it's through the lens of fear as well, 100. Intuition. So intuition is not about how intuitive Macron is, but when information comes to him, how does he process it? And for Emmanuel Macron, it's a frequency of fear, 100. And clairaudience is 100, fear. That means when information comes through and he hears it, it's fear gets triggered. Clairsentience is fear, 100. Clairvoyance, fear, 100. And claircognizance is 200, courage. Now, different aspects of intelligence. The IQ, the intellect aspect, he views through the lens of neutrality, 250. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is 50. 50 is the aspect of apathy, so disconnected. SQ, social quotient, how does he do in large settings, networking with people? Of course, he's the president of France, and for him, it's a frequency of 400, reason. AQ, adversity quotient, what happens when he is being triggered or challenged or facing adversity? What emotion gets triggered? And this is the aspect that oftentimes we see is passed on from ancestors, right? And it's something that we inherit as children also by observing our parents. And for Emmanuel Macron, he views AQ through the lens of fear, 100. He enjoys his role. Is Emmanuel Macron, 70%. He's in the ego, 100%. And what is ego? We talk about that often, is thought. And then out of that ego, 62% is the inferior. So the thoughts that make him feel like he is not good enough. And sometimes that could make a person be a perfectionist. In the now, how present he is, connected to self, is 68%. Integrity, 94%. So that's how loyal and faithful he is to his core values and beliefs. And out of that 94%, He's 100% faithful to his own core values and beliefs. Integrity to others, 58%. Self-awareness, 85%. Clarity, 95%. And clarity has to do with his vision of his path. His alignment with divine purpose, 88%. And his alignment with personal purpose, 98%. Compassion, 87%. Empathy, 94%. Energy purity, that means how much does he embody the frequency of 250, and he embodies it at 99%. And how much does he experience the fifth dimension, which is a state of flow, or the 525 frequency, and it's 13%. Now, one thing I wanted to say before we go and reveal the next person to you is, why is this so relevant? Because France is the only country in Europe with a nuclear weapons, right? So the capability of nuclear weapons, they have nuclear weapons. So of course this election is very, very important.
Mm-hmm. Marianne and Marine Le Pen, aka MLP. She's running. Right.
Election happened yesterday, so let's see.
Yes, it was a close one apparently. She incarnated at the frequency of 50, level of apathy, was born at the frequency of 50, and her overall frequency, as of today, is 50 as well, level of apathy. She views health through the lens of guilt at 30, finances 50, creativity 20, that is the level of shame, relationships 20, personal growth 50, philanthropy 20, intuition 50. Within intuition, we have clairaudience at 50, clairsentience 20, clairvoyance 50, and claircognizance 50. Under the intelligence aspect, we have IQ 400, level of reason.
That's an unusual, right? That's a pretty high IQ.
Higher than average,
higher
yes.
Than average, for sure.
EQ 50, level of apathy. SQ 400, same as Macron, right? Yes. AQ, the adversity quotient, is at 20, level of shame. In the joy, 96%.
She enjoys her role a lot.
In the ego, 100%. And 100% of that is a superior version of the ego. In the now, 99%. Integrity, 47%. Integrity to self, 99%. And integrity to others, 26%. Self-awareness, 100%. Clarity, 100%. Alignment with divine purpose, 90%. Alignment with personal purpose, 91%. Compassion, 39%. Empathy, 57%. Energy purity, 100%. And in the case of Marine Le Pen, having energy purity 100% and looking at the rest of her numbers on her chart indicate only that she's just embodying the 50 frequency or the level of consciousness of 50, apathy, fully.
Yeah.
Really. But
and she came to play her the role
right.
actually in that frequency.
She incarnated at 50, was born at 50, and vibrates at 50, and most of her numbers, the highest is 50, with the exception of under the intellect aspect, right? But yes, so she's having personal growth at 50. There's no intention of really, that's not her focus of attention.
Right.
To where we can expect her to experience higher levels of consciousness, right? And then she is enjoying it at 96%. So she's having fun with the role that she's playing. And then she's 100% in the ego, 100% in the superior, linked to 39% under compassion. That is often we found that without a doubt, this person has narcissistic tendencies, if not a full-blown narcissist, could be, or behaving as such.
Yes.
And then the level of integrity at 47%, and then 26% integrity to others. That is very low.
Very low. So it's very typical politician too. Most of the time we see that the integrity is low.
Yes, but usually it's in the 50s. In this case, it's at 26%.
We've seen 30s.
Very few. But we have, yes, we have seen. But most of them are in the low 50s, high 40s. Yes. Anyways, our intention is not to say who's better or who's worse. Or
we're just revealing information as is, and we hope you guys are enjoying it.
And the decision is always based on your perspective. So don't take our word for it. We just share the frequencies as is.
That's
and
right.
Then you decide,
what's for you and what is not for you.
That's right. Who do you want to party with?
Yes. So thank you so much. And we invite you, of course, to be a part of our Vibrational Revelations membership community. This is where we go live, answer all of the questions live as well, interact with our members from all around the world. In the meantime, thank you so much. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Yes, thank you.